Yeah! Hello and welcome to this DEF CON 2 2v2 Warno tournament played between woeisme and Eclipse, and their team name is The Leftovers, and they're up against MythsG and Vladimir Lemon. That was a good one. And their team is Trickle Up Economic. Yeah, it was really good team names here. We're on the DEF CON 2 tournament, and yeah, I'd just like to take the time to thank you for supporting me in my journey to try and cast as many of these games as possible. It's not been easy. It's tanking my channel algorithm. The videos are getting quite low views, and that's because YouTube's simply not recommending them to as many people. It's sort of a downward spiral. Because there's so many videos released at once, fewer people have the time to watch each video. I know you're just going to watch it a bit later, but YouTube sees that and it says, oh, okay, I'll just recommend this to fewer people in total. So I get low views, but because of your support, I've received some direct donations. I've received, channel memberships, and if you don't, if that's not worth it for you, or you're broke like me, then just like the videos. Just leave a comment on the videos. It really it helps counteract that loss in engagement that we're suffering simply due to the volume of videos. And I think these guys deserve to have their games cast. Yeah, if you can't think of anything to say, just say GG. Or, ooh, isn't that map pretty? I don't know. So, those are the teams, and now we're going to cast the deployments. So, we've got team, I've already forgotten the name. woeisme on second Panzer is the Leftovers. So, the Leftovers here, we're on Hesse. They've got the standard second Panzer Grand picket line here. So, it looks like woeisme is just putting a guy in every single road, which is based. And then Eclipse is going to try and punch through. Well, okay, so Eclipse is just going to fight on India and uniform, and woeisme is going to fight on hotel. He's going to be a bit very apt name. He's going to be quite light on the defenses at the start, but yes, he's just putting a nice big picket line up with his forward deployed, covering for his friend's lack of forward deployed. Berlin Command does not get forward deployed, and it's the first Berlin Command I've seen this tournament. So, 2 MGs. 4 Milan 2s, 2 snipers, and 2 Sniper auf Deutsch, the Fernscharfschütze, which is Fernspeer-Scharfschütze, which is German for sniper. Very inefficient language. And Fallschirmjäger Aufklärer, which is German for recon. And a forward deployed CV, which is where exactly? Over here, so he's going to cap that and then hopefully remember to he's put auto cell on this, so this is going to start driving away. We'll see if he notices it in time. Need to get it to India in uniform. And in terms of Eclipse, he's doing the standard Berlin com thing. Really good infantry trash division. So this is FR Polizei Reserve. That's German for police, very inefficient language. I don't even know what FR stands for. Probably Federation really inefficient language. R stands for really inefficient language. So these are 10-man squads for 25 points, but they are disheartened. But they're one of the few squads that have managed to avoid the point increases thus far. 25 points. We'll see how long that lasts for. Everything's going up. Everything's going up. Bread, milk, everything's going up. And so 4 of those, some MGs, which are good for holding territory. They're going over here. A couple Milan 2s, one there, one there. And then, wow, 6 Berlin light rifles. So these guys are really expensive now. 70 points for 10 men, almost 3 times as much. But what they're getting here is the 1400 meter M67 recoilless rifle, which can shoot at both infantry and vehicles with a very low accuracy. But the idea is that because the reload time, okay, it's 5 seconds, damn. You shoot that off in 30 seconds, and then you get a supply, which he has a supply, but I don't know if that's for this or for the IHawk. And then you resupply him. You constantly keep him resupplied, and you constantly take fights where the enemy can't shoot back because you have 1400 meter range and he doesn't. So they can be very useful, but you got to micro them carefully. And he's open with 6 there, and there's at least 2 IHawks in total because that's the second one. I would have been a bigger fan of. Okay, yeah, so there is an IHawk here. Yeah, because if you put it here, it's going to cover most of the middle of the map, so that will help his friend out as well. Because woe is me, he's contributed He's really taken one for the team here. He's contributed the opener, but he's literally got 2 vehicles for his zone, right? And of course some of the forward deployed guys. Switching to their opponents, we got MythsG on KDA, and he... What? Oh, I see. Okay, so it's KDA and 35Y, which is a really interesting draft. Quite a weak combination, but typically you'd see KDA in the town and 35Y, I don't know. Typically you'd see KDA in the town, but because they've got 35Y is in the town because at least KDA has tanks. I think that's the thought process, and they have open FOB, so we should see some rocket RT. I've seen a lot of KDA games so far, and KDA's never won. So far, we've had no KDA victories this tournament that I've seen. So, yeah, your standard forward deployed blob, some forward deployed AA, CV, Conkers, Pulmachiki, and he's actually going all the way over here, and he's not going to get there, so that's going to be really interesting to watch. Then we've got some redirections here, KDA Aufklärer, Commander. So I think maybe the plan is for the KDA player to just hold golf and actually put most of his guys in the town. I think that's the plan. I haven't seen these games, and yeah, we'll cast it from this perspective because, you know, woeisme and Eclipse, they got a pretty good name. They got a pretty good team name in the leftovers, but Trickle Up Economics, led by Vladimir has just got to be the winner there. Right, so they're off, and that means it's time to thank you for watching this video. And in particular, I'd like to thank the generous channel joiners. They get exclusive members-only videos, they get the videos early, they get the videos on the screen, and it's a really good way to support the channel. One membership at the lowest tier is worth 2,000 views because the ad revenue is pretty bad. And it means that I don't have to worry too much about views, which is great because I don't get any. Quite rare to see this miss. 2 50% missiles, I think it missed both of them. And then dying to this. Oh no, he evac'd. Oh, he evac'd early, but he got the shot. I think this must be on evac Winchester, because it evac'd as soon as it ran out of missiles there. Typically you want to not have the... Oh, if only he'd landed it, it would have been fine. Harriet AA gets the kill there. What was that saying? I think I was shilling. Give me all your money, basically. I mean, you're not using it for anything. But the idea is I want to cast as many of these games as possible, and that means I need to release them all at once, because there's legit 48 of them, and it is happening over a 2-week period, which means that the videos are getting released to fewer people. So this is really becoming a bit of a pile-up here. Vladimir Lemon has really messed up the capitalists, and these Berlin Light Rifles are a juicy bombing target. For what? Napalm Grad, just Napalm Grad this right now, please, please. Please. No, he hasn't noticed yet. But I think... I was honestly thinking that Blue would just wipe these guys, no problem. Because I think NATO's a lot stronger. But Red's got in here. And I said he wouldn't get in, and he did. There was a hole here, I guess, or they burst through those units. But these Berlin Light Rifles, like this blob, is going to be very difficult to deal with. And it's spreading out. So he's aiming... He's changed his aim in, he's going for that now, because this is all moving, which is fair enough, he probably won't catch it. And what he wants to do is split the volleys into volleys of 20. Crucial mistake here made by the leftovers. They haven't bought a CV for Hotel. And this guy's not even going over there. MW1 gets a cheeky 0 kills there, very sad, very sad. And this Spetsnaz grew valiantly charging into just the waves of rubbish. It's just such a strange game, is Warno, where the nation with the spam human meat waves is NATO, whereas Pact is the quality over quantity. Very strange, but that's just the way the cookies have crumbled, I suppose. Bouncing, of course, has been done on a divisional basis rather than a side basis, despite the fact that most... here we go, cool volley. Most games are team games, and most team games are NATO versus Pact. So I think they do need to address the fact that NATO is stronger across the board right now, because it is. And the reason why is that they get all these mega squads, and the Pact infantry is too expensive for what it is. But the solution seems to be simply to make all the NATO stuff more expensive, rather than making the Pact stuff cheaper, which is a shame. So you'd expect the Harrier to really not win that fight. It's very bad. Really only useful at the start of the game, but ooh, near miss on that Eyehawk, explodes but no cigar. Imagine if that had killed that. And there's a real lack of anything going on over here because the strat, yeah, Myths and Vladimir both going for it, but they've been pushed back. They've been pushed back to the midpoint by these Berlin light rifles, which are really good. And yeah, but they do have a massive lead because this wasn't sent there. Like, that was all there was to it. He never managed to get CV in this zone. So, good napalm grads, but there is a bug where if you're in a building, you just take no damage from fire. I'm pretty sure. Because, like, look, this house is definitely on fire, dude. There's 4 guys with a machine gun in there, and apparently they're just fine and dandy. High cohesion. High cohesion yellow for some reason. So, you know, so it looks like woeisme is generally providing the air support, and Eclipse is generally providing the units. Woeisme just wants to stock up on hotel. I really do think that MythsG needs to get the bucks out as fast as possible, because this is just going to keep happening. You see these chunky KDA squads surviving there. So you must have got 2 cards of Harrier AA, unless you get 3 of them in a card. I know you used to get 4, but they nerfed it. Unlike the 5th Panzer F4F Phantom, which is still 4 per card, despite being a much better plane. But I'm sure they'll get to it eventually. If I say it enough times, they will fix it. That's generally how it goes. Annoy Darix until he does it. So, slowly but surely, these Berlin light rifles are losing their HP. Harriers, wow, good Harrier play there, getting an AA. This Igla should have stopped, or at least been on an attack move. You saw him change the order there from move to attack move. But yeah, Berlin Command gets a lot of trash. Berlin Command is sort of like KDA, but good. Although KDA's Air Force is actually... No, actually, they're very different divisions simply because of their supporting units. So I take all that back. So this is a really good napalm grad. Oh, look at that. Burn, baby, burn. Damn. Oh, look at them all dying, getting all the transport. Whoa, it's mad. Yeah, that was good. And he split the volley as well, so he's still got 8 rounds left. So he needs to... This is also a good idea. KDA gets these. Although this is a 35Y one. Oh no, this is the transport one, so yeah, KDA doesn't get these. But yeah, just cheapo rocket heli and then send it back as soon as it gets shot. Or forget about it and lose it to a Pivads. But to be honest, heli's a bit unmaneuverable. As soon as a Pivad shoots at you, you get stunned. And when you get stunned, your heli just starts spinning in a circle. It doesn't retreat. And when you try and move it, it doesn't do it. And then when the stun ends, it has to stop spinning, stop, turn to the direction you're facing, and then leave. It's helis are very unmaneuverable. But this thing should be moved over to here to try and deal with these Gazelle rockets, because this is also a good strat, where basically you just send these forwards, burst them down, doesn't do a whole lot, and then you send them all back, repair them, bring them forwards, burst them down. It's basically all of this has the same power as that thing that just died there, basically. So it's a lot harder to micro, but the cost is the same. So it makes sense. But you know, this is the whole card. So they are weak, but it's an interesting dynamic. I don't think it's needs to be changed. I think that's a very interesting dynamic. So this is another advantage of Second Panzer. This nice big super heavy howitzer here with German written on it. It says Auerosch, which is German for please subscribe to my channel. And this is going to get some hits. We see, what's it marked upon? It's going to really upset some KDA Schutzen. And there's some Spetsnaz in that building as well. And some guys that aren't in the building but are on top of the building. So this is going to be some very juicy hits here. Bam! 4 HP off all of them. Bam! 4 HP off all of them. Pulmachiki goes down. Bam! 3 HP off all of them. So that was a really good volley. I know it didn't get 3 kills, but those are some pretty big squads there. And this, you know, it got 1 at least, and it's doing well for itself. So this has just turned into blue versus red on this side. Nothing's really happening over here. That's interesting. The Leopard ones will probably clean this thing up because it's rubbish. And these guys, there's no building there, so might clean that up as well. But they're not going to get very far by themselves, essentially. But what they are doing is forcing their opponent to buy T-62s. And this has just literally just been right-clicked on it, which is bad because now these guys coming across here. There's no one to stop them. So BRDM2 is really useful, or you can just buy a couple of tanks. So lots of KDA shots in that dying around the map, and it just comes down to your infantry micro. How good is your infantry micro? And it seems that Vladimir Lenin just has weaker infantry micro than his opponent here. The other problem the red team's going to have is that 35Y doesn't scale particularly well past the opener. There's lots of helicopters. But oof, losing all those Gazelle rockets, that's rough. That's rough. 100mm goes down, F-16 going for the AA, for the recon. 16 AA going for the recon. It's just very odd to me that... Oh no, here they are. So if I was him, in fact having them there is fine, because that's probably where most of the air is going to be. You could make a case for moving them slightly further over here, but crossing this road's quite difficult. You could die to a dragon or something, or an ATGM there, if there was one. So, just the grind continues. You see the infantry micro going backwards and forwards. And yeah, I knew they got the LGBs. So he's aiming for the AA, which is really smart. So he needs to evac, and he does, but the IHawk, right, so they need to mark that IHawk. Get some markers on that. Ooh, baby, he does have a marker. He's aiming for the thing that just died. So he should cancel that and go on that IHawk, which he should have pinged, but we didn't see a ping come out, so they've forgotten where it is now, which is a crying shame. This thing, it's got 8 rounds, but it's holding fire, which is a shame. You should just be firing it as much as humanly possible. Artillery purchase here, that's not doing anything. And Blue have realised that this is really not going anywhere, and they need some points. So they're trying to make something happen here. Or at least they're buying an IHawk. The Gazelle rockets are going down. You see, it's rough, dude. Once they all die. And if you buy artillery, it should be firing all the time. BMD2, doing good work. That is 35Y's advantage here, is that they get these BMD2s, which can hurt infantry. Because KDA doesn't really get that. Berlin-Com gets the Raden, which is 40 points for, like, 1 armor, which is just... it's just deliberately overpriced. That's been marked for bombardment. That bundle of sticks there, probably going to go down. Harriers, just trying to provide cover for these. Oh, okay, so this is going to be fun. It's probably not going to do anything, but it'll look really cool. So that the Harriers are soaking up the missiles. So, oh, look at that, mega bombing run. Woo! See, so that looks really cool. Really cool. And it actually did a lot. Like, every squad that didn't die got seriously harmed in the making of this program. And this guy just likes flying around in circles and eating buck missiles. That's a crying shame. But the Mirages got out. That was really cool. I've never seen that before. I know you get 2 in a card, but I've never seen it before. So, really good carpet bomber here. This is finally shooting. So there's going to be 8 rounds on there, but then it's not going to do anything for 6 minutes. So a lot of people put a CV next to it to make it reload a bit faster, makes it 5 minutes instead. LGBT's out. Ooh, Vasilex. We're seeing everything today. LGBT gets 2 shots, 2 hits. They really should mark these because they're not moving. That's the second time this thing was fired, and that's not moving either. You go ping, ping, and then you say, Malka guy, go blow those up. Because they're not moving them. so the Malka will get them. Particularly given that this guy has given that one corrected shot. So it's going to be bang on target. Or at least, you know, closer. Noob Hawk is unable to do anything because the Bucks and the fighter. So the Seed is sent out to cover for the Noob Hawk. Great team play here. And the Tornado is sent out to scare off the MiG-29. So the Sneed is now trailing towards those Bucks. Will the Bucks survive? One doesn't, the other gets switched off in time. So good Sneed, then he switches it back on. He's trying to get the IHawk. He's right-clicked the IHawk, and he does because the IHawk's got 0% ECM. So this is 60% accuracy at max range. The max range is over here. Did you see that? It's over here. Apparently a Leopard 2A3 died over here, presumably to this thing. Yep. So he's trying to attack, but he's attacking piecemeal, and it's just getting picked off by air. So I guess that's why he bought the IHawk, but... one IHawk doesn't kill anything unless it gets a crit. This is the pack NATO equivalent of the Malka, 4.47. 4.47. But because this has longer range, it has a tighter dispersion circle because dispersion scales off the range. It's also got more... it is better, like it's got more stuff. It's got more ammo capacity. But very few divisions get this. I think it's just KDA, actually. So he's aiming for that. He's probably not going to get it. And, yeah, 35Y, honestly, I would have preferred 56Y. I think it's better. You get bigger squads. You still get forward deployed cars. But yeah, the grind continues, and these guys are all very low, so supplies would set up for them, but it's better to move them back, because they're going to keep getting artied, basically. The supply might get artied. So the grind continues. It's going to be a nice grindy game. Grindy, grindy, grindy. No maneuvers. Like, the blue player tried to attack here, but because he did it piecemeal, he gave his enemy a lot more time to reinforce. I've got a video on my channel called something like Surprise Attack. Surprise Attack versus Abrams, I think it's called. And that shows you how you need to attack, particularly in these positions. Basically, you build up for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes while fighting here, because you know this isn't going anywhere, so you still send a few units here. In a 2v2, your teammate could probably cover for you. And then you go all in, all at once with the air. And they've got lots of air. We saw the Mirage bombers, right? And you send over a couple recon helis, spot everything you can, and then arty all at once, planes all at once, go in all at once, smoke all at once. And you need to try and do it as tight as possible, because then the enemy only has 1 minute's reinforcement to send before you get there. As opposed to, oh, we sent a tank here. I'm looking a bit weak on this side. I better put some guys in there. Which is what tends to happen. So we're seeing some CVs purchased here, which is interesting. I didn't even know this div got that. That is a really good ATGM position. As is this. So he's losing guys on the reinforcements. So the key, which I think red know and blue know. So okay, so seed's back out, bucks off, and he's got 2 seed this time. Osa got hit by one of the seeds. F4F blows up some guys. C. Okay, so the seed. Oh, he loses the seed. Buck's back on. Oh, he loses both seeds. He flew right over the buck, and it's 60% accuracy at max range. So if they're right next to you, it's 100% accuracy. So, but there are issues where the missiles can't turn fast enough and stuff. If you fly directly over it, you can't survive. That is rough, dude. Losing those Sneed. Berlin do get Sneed, but it means the next time those Mirages reload, the other problem with them is that they don't reload very fast. The next time they reload, it's going to be very difficult. Malka was on counter battery here. Gets some shots, but it looks like it's just missing. Typically, you know, you want the MLRS on the counter battery. And, yeah, this thing still reloading. He's only going to get a few volleys off. That's why you don't want to split them too much. So this is a really good position, actually, and it would be great if Trickle Up Economics put some more things in here. Like, look how much work this is doing. Get a recon in there, get an ATGM, get a couple more tanks here, and just hit them in the side. But yeah, as we were saying, if you, as red, get to here, you've got this zone. But even if you get to here, it's very, very difficult for them to reinforce the zone, because not only are you shooting this side, do you see that? You see this back here is actually revealed by that building. So you send guys into the corner thinking, oh, you can only see this side. But actually you can see that side as well, so you lose your CV to an artillery or something because they've seen it from here. So you got to be careful. And that's why red are trying... Well, to be honest, they could be trying a bit harder. They could just take that right now. And that's how you do it. So the typical kind of... And this is just how human beings work. And the game really does nothing to try and dissuade you from doing this, is that you're here, and you see the zone there, and you're like, okay, well, I will go from here to there. Whereas that's not how you do it. You need to take the sides, because if you take the sides, you can kill your enemy who's doing the I need to go from here to there, right? And then you can cut the reinforcements, and then you can get your guys from here into there without issue. I really like this map. I like the 1v1 cut of it. I wish it was in ranked. I really like this map. I think it's a good map. But sadly, we're forced to play 2 Lakes Duel until the end of time, apparently. So, Vasilex, I would love to see if these get any kills, because I think they're kind of garbage. But when you literally can't miss like this, they are good. The thing he's doing, so they've got a high fire rate if you leave them in one place and don't move them too much. Like, so you need to click this 10 times, and then it will go. Whereas if you click here, then click here, then click here, then click here, most of the fire rate goes down because most of the time is taken for the piece to actually move, and that's slowing it down there. BP goes down, more waiting, more grinding. More waiting, more grinding. I'm tempted to speed this one up. Got a lot of games to get through, and nothing's really happening. So another thing they can do is build up here for like 10 minutes, and then YOLO into here all at once. But it's difficult, you know, it's easier in 1v1 because you don't have to coordinate with your teammate, basically. So it makes it a lot easier. Depends who your teammates are. Like me and T-Man, our coordination is actually really poor. Like we're both good players. Like obviously I'm the world's best Warno player, right? And he's like second maybe, or maybe third after my younger brother. But the problem is that our coordination is rubbish. We're just sort of doing our own thing, and so we tend to lose to teams with better coordination, even though our skill might be better than theirs on an individual level. Their coordination's better. So and that's the joy of 2v2. That if you're a friendless loser, you lose, just like in real life. So these men are getting set on fire here. And you see that the ones inside the buildings are doing all right for themselves, but it's the ones outside the buildings that are having the harder time there. And yeah, got some more Vasilek volleys. I really wish he'd hose it down a bit more, but you see that once they're in the buildings, they don't seem to take too much damage actually. Love to see this moved up to here. And yeah, so now they're reinforcing this. This arty's still going. And it's going on that KDA Schutzen. Kadira Pivad's really doing its best to try and kill these KDA Schutzen here. Something that always irked me is that the range of these AA Spag units is so low against ground targets compared to like this. Like that's 30mm. That's 20. Let's see if we can find a better example. That's 20mm, right? 1500. 1575. 1400 versus helicopters. This is 20. 1200. 2400 versus helicopters. Why? Why can't this shoot as far as that? But yeah, the Vasileks, they're slowly taking their toll, basically, just doing chip damage, and yeah, so Napalm Grad, move up. Move up one building. But this guy by himself, not going to accomplish much. These guys have shock as well, so as do these guys. But there's only 2 of these guys, they're going to die. These guys. Yeah, plane sounds. LGBT's out. The red sites, KDA does get seed, but it's like such a bad plane in that it flies really badly. Here we go. They're blobbing, and they're getting ready. I think they're going to... Yeah, so he's moved the Jaguar 2 up to here, and he's got the Sharpshooter up to here. So he's probably going to come down this road and go in there. But they seem to have twigged, probably because... well, I don't know. They will have seen it somehow. Probably because maybe this Recon Helo... or because they keep shooting. It's because this blue guy here keeps attacking in the front, so they keep putting guys here. Also, you know, people just tend to realize, wait a minute, we're winning. They've got to do something. Where am I weak? You know, so you can fix it. That's a shame that still not shooting that IHawk. This one still hasn't moved. That one's not really moved. That's a shame. Yeah, red doing a decent job of sitting there. And blue doing a decent job of paying for the mistakes that they made 33 minutes ago. But I'm looking forward to this, but they've only got one chance. And this is becoming really quite saturated now. So they got to be careful. And yeah, really are quite a lot of guys here. So I would leave it till 10 minutes and then really go ham. So they try to reclaim, but so a lot of these buildings have been destroyed. Which means that it's very difficult to get from here to there now. And it's actually Berlin Light Rifle prime territory. Look at that. So, oh, you are approaching me, and then dum, dum, dum. So that's the sound they make. And you just kill them all. So it's going to be hard for Red to get through that, actually. A victim of their own success. Here we go again. Woo! Bombs away! Yeah, it was cool. Sadly, the one died. the seed was sent out after the bombers. So we might see one more volley there. But really cool air shots, air shooty. And red are slowly winning it, but that's because blue... Oh! I'm missing it! The great blob of our time. It looks like they attack moved here, and half of them went the wrong way. That's just great news, isn't it? And he's not brought any recon with him. So, I mean, this is here. And well, he had this looks, but it's not with the blobs. So he's struggling to see these people. So really, they really should have miraged over here. I'm not sure why they just wasted their huge airwave on the part of the map that they're not attacking. So this, I mean, they're going straight for the CV, which needs to get in that smoke right now. And it does. Highhawk freaks out a bit. They shoulda, coulda, woulda. I mean, it gets it. Buck hits that FRF. Second AT plane coming in, third AT plane coming in. They all want that leopard, and the smoke has faded, and down it goes. And there was only one CV in this push. Over here, red should now be counter-attacking. Oh, they can't. There's just too much here. All that Politsai reserve spam. Truly, NATO is the human wave div. But this is a really cool attack. There's just not enough AA. Like, there needs to be a Gepard mixed in here because the Fliegerfaust can't really keep up. But he's relying on his fighters, which is fair enough, really. But then the Bucks can really mess those up. And the airplay from Vladimir Lenin and Myths. But these ASFs from Vladimir Lenin have been on point basically every time. And that's really hard to do. So credit to Red for that. But this is a really good attack. An attack is difficult, so I sympathise with the attacker. Much easier to just sit there. That Eyehawk gets blown up. There you go. So that's how you deal with Eyehawks. Get a marker on it. This thing isn't firing. It is now. And it's going for there. It might get a few. Or you get one. Artillery's going all over the place. And this is a cool attack, but where's the reinforcements? It's all there. You need infantry. You need CV. CV's coming. So, Newport going on a 3-strength KDA Schutzen squad. Okay, it's going on the Buck, which makes a lot more sense. How does this have 1 HP? And that push just got eaten up. Eaten up because they got shot in the sides and stuff. So what you need to do is, to be honest, I liked attacking from this side because your enemy are in front of you. Attacking from here, you're getting shot in the side a bit. Unless you attack from like this side, round. Harrier rockets out. They're just throwing the kitchen sink at them. Tornado flying over the MiG should get at least one. Depends what this... If this MiG's going for the Harrier rockets, then the Tornado should get that as well, because it's got 8 missiles, but it's just not pathed on anything. It's just flying around in circles, not doing anything. I was going for the Akula. Smirch bot, not doing anything. And they're in. So this... I really hope this doesn't drive into the fire and die. That would be really embarrassing. But yeah, they're just flying over him to get the helicopters, because the helicopter panic button has been pressed, as is the KDA. So this needs to get in here, and they need some mortars for smoke. He's got these. They've not got any rounds. They've not got any rounds. So if only he could smoke here with both of those, he could get this in. But instead, alas. Okay, he's going for the trees here. But if that Motschützen, it's not in the right building actually, so it won't actually be able to do anything. But if it does go in this building, then these leopards start shooting it, so I can understand. Okay, but this can probably shoot it. Oh, he's going for the leopard. The Eyehawk's dead, remember? Fliegerfaust get 2 hits. What's going on over here? The CVs have been deployed. Look at this. Wow, what a wasteland. This game's so pretty. I wish they'd pay me. They don't pay me. Then I could talk more about how much I love the game. So, Fury Rung's in, and they know exactly where it is. They've bought the mortars for smoke now, but the push is... Everybody's dead! They bought the wrong things there. They should have perhaps built up for another couple of minutes, actually. Because now what? Oh, okay, they've taken the zone. So, Red CV is on its way, and this has to go, because the Rocket RT, the Smirch, is coming in. Oh! Oh, it's going behind! Okay. But yeah, once these Desarts get up there. So, blue, it was a cool attack, a cool try, but too half-baked. Attacking's hard. Like, if only they'd used those, that Mirage bombing run on here. Would have been really... I mean, they would have got fewer things. But, yeah. And this book's out of ammo, so it's not one bang in this, basically. He's still got rounds. He's coming back around. And Blue have now shifted their focus over there, whereas this was working. That's a shame. If they'd just baked that left that in the oven for another 5 minutes, the cake would have been ready. but instead they really wanted just didn't go. They just didn't have enough stuff. And now you've got 2 players reinforcements coming in here. You're never getting back in here now. Basically, you're never getting back in. So they're building up and stuff, but yeah. Kind of weird because they split their blob from 2 sides. If I was them, I would, instead of attacking up here, although attacking up here, it's got its advantages because people don't expect it. You attack from here, right? You attack from here because if you've got your back to the wall, it's difficult for them to snipe you. So if you get a guy in here, then you can attack this way, right? And you can't get shot in the side so much. Whereas if you're here, you can get shot in the side from here. Which, okay, I guess didn't happen, and I guess wouldn't happen too much because of the hill. But actually it did, because the planes kept coming from here and killing them. Whereas, you know, if you've got the Eyehawk up to here, and the planes are coming in from here, then your Eyehawk's got a much better chance of intercepting them if you're coming from this side. But it's easy for me to say that while I'm just chilling out drinking my water. Red are just on total defense now. Blue trying to keep their guys supplied. They're having progress, but the problem they've got is that there's no buildings left. It's just so difficult to get in there. And they've got no rocket arty of their own, but they are using the tubes pretty effectively. They got to get some smoke mortars up, smoke all this off and run in. Smoke all this off, run in with the CV. It's your best bet. Because the problem you've got is that as you advance, you're being shot in the sides. Like, this guy is really in the wrong building. If he was up here, he would have got a lot of kills. Seeds out with LGBT behind. 9 minutes on the clock. They've got 100 points left to get, and it looks like this is now where they're going to be going. They've given up on that. There's too much there. Which is the correct response. And, yeah, the Vasilek's just tearing this apart. So, get the Pioneer Flam. Blue really need to... ooh, how did that get out? We'll see it right at the end of the game, I think. I think that's like an 8 or 9 minute repair. There's only 8 minutes left. So, Blue need to clear this, because they're advancing here, and they're just getting shot from both sides. Whereas if they cleared this, then obviously the guys here can't shoot over here. Makes it easier, because you can use the buildings. Problem is, this is the enemy reinforcement road. Quite quickly. And that's a lot of... You probably just brought 2 cards of these. We've seen a lot of FR Polizei Reserve. Good job killing those mortars. Because, yeah, eventually you forget to move them, basically. But I can't see Blue getting in here without smoke, which they haven't brought. At least I don't see it. Oh, here we go. Smoking. So he's going to try and get in here. What the heck was that? Did he just blow himself up? I'm pretty sure we just saw an ATGM launch kill its own thing, but it might have been the Leopard here killing them all. So, smoke's out. It's in an interesting place. I mean, it's stopping the fire support that's down here from shooting the reinforcements. So they're coming across here. You need to smoke... Well, actually, there's not actually that much here. Like, this is out of rounds. But Red, they're doing a good job. They just sat here with all the helicopters, and there's not a whole lot of AA here. There's like 1 pivots. Actually, one... If they don't deal with that, that's going to be a really big problem. Surprised there's no Conkers. Well, there is Conkers, but it's just not supplied. So that Pivads is really, really going ham there. Vasilek still going. And Blue just all in, baby. So I agree with, okay, so they've put too much here, now we need to go here. But what Red should really do here is counterattack. Because they see all this, and it's like, well, we got loads of guys here, we might as well. But they're winning, so they just want to pay attention to this. So there is a CV in there somewhere. And yeah, man, NATO apparently in real life was all about just no regard for human casualties, just meat wave attacks, that's what it's all about. Okay, so they... Oh, no, they go for the helis. And there's not that much AA here. The Osa's not shooting because it's next to a building. All the helis died. Like, weren't there some more? There were 3 here. Don't tell me that pivot's killed them all. MW1 just carves out a chunk of the zone there. The smoke has faded, and now the T-62s are killing everybody. These men only have 1 HP. They bought another one. 6 minutes left. Can't hear myself over the air battles. MiG's deployed. Tornado gets hit. But on the evac, they're shooting. Tornado goes down. Berlin Light Rifles, 1 HP. There's not a CV in here. Where's the CV? It's here. Okay. As soon as he gets in, he'll neutralize it. So that's now neutralized, +2. So, why isn't this in the zone? I guess he was afraid of artillery. Dies. They've bought another one. And they've got some tank ones back here. Did it die? I definitely saw a tank one. I obviously see this one. There was a tank one somewhere. And they're just throwing the whole kitchen sink. This guy's been put back in his car to speedily get over there. Yeah, just not enough smoke. Not enough smoke. It's hard. It's not easy. The guns have fallen silent. But literally Red could just drag box and click over here and I think they get in. So that tick's going to stop. Oof. Just needs a few more seconds. Just needs a bit more smoke. But this is on a move order, not an attack move order. But that, you can't see that BMD2 anyway, so he's going for here. Need more smoke? They've stopped smoking. He's gonna die. As soon as he gets in there, they're all gonna converge on him. Like flies to fly paper. And this is a friendly channel. And like, why, you know, I appreciate leading from the front meme, right? But legit, these guys should really be in front of you. Because there's no more CVs coming. There's no more CVs coming, and this guy's just gonna die. But they've overtaken them! They've overtaken them! They're winning! They're winning! So, the nuclear option's been pressed, the napalm grad's on him. He's on 1 HP, and he's in a building that's on fire. But napalm's broken. You actually have to hit the guy with the shell itself. But once the building gets destroyed, he dies. But Blue is now winning. So they've realised, okay, we need points now. 4 minutes left. So there's no more CVs on the way. It's just crazy divs, man. Honestly, NATO is just so much better than Pact. So they're attacking. Like 2nd Panzergrenade, they don't run out of stuff either. It's very funny. So the I really want to see the kills from that napalm grad at the end. I don't think it works properly because if you die to the fire, it's not counted. It's just counted as something else got you. This guy's going over there, but he's a long way off. 3 minutes. Red attacking over here. Yeah, they're doing it. Needs to deal with those Milans, though. CV in. Another CV in. Really needs to deal with those Milans. Otherwise, he'll target the CV automatically. Which is what you as the Milan user wanted to do anyway, so I agree with it. And, yeah. This meta squad can't do anything, needs to move up just because of the smoke. These guys are going to unload on those vehicles, but none of these guys have AT. Wacky game. Seed comes in to see if it can help out. It does have bombs on it, it's a multi-roll, so it's going to try and bomb that. 6 bombs out, 400 kilos, we'll get that. It's a very chunky squad though, it survives. And over here, Red, they're in, and the CV wasn't in here. So now Red are getting points. What's he doing? Unload it! What are you doing? Ah. So, needs to send the CV forwards, but it's just not here. So now Red have got the points back. Oh, they've got 2 minutes. Oh, Blue still sending stuff this way, now they're sending 8 cabs. They're getting desperate. Run out of everything else. Waves upon waves of rubbish. That Leopard 2 there just goes down to who knows what. They're just trying to get this in the corner now. I don't think it's going to make it, because this thing's going to see it when it tries to cross. After it's done killing that mortar. Oh, he's landed. Okay. But these tanks will get him. No smoke. +4 for Red. So they're back up on the win. Trickle of economics. Oh no, is it going to make it? What? The luckiest CV I've ever seen. But it's too late because all that's going to do is make it a +2. They need points. They're not getting them. 1 minute 35. Wow. What a game. What a game. And the thing with these really tight games is it keeps you awake at night knowing that if you just played a little bit better, you wouldn't have let your teammate down. So, yeah, really, really good game. Really good game. And, you know, these are 4 players I've never heard of before. I've never seen any of them. I don't know if they play in tournaments I'm not familiar with or what, but this was a good game. So that the queue has been clicked over here as well. They're trying to get it over there. It's probably going to work simply because just so much has been funneled into this. I really want to see the losses for both sides. It's going to be very high. Keep in mind you get 260 points a minute. So yeah, and then just more desperation, but it's over, dude. 43 seconds. Wow, what good play from Red. But to be honest, if Blue had just bought the CV at the start, they wouldn't have had to push all game. They wouldn't have had to push all game and take unfavorable trades all game from pushing. And then things would have been much nicer for them. So yeah, moral of the story. Sometimes KDA does win. Really good game. Really good game. Really good game. And yeah, we never saw these MiG-21 Bison bombs. You get 6 of them on KDA. They're really useful. The problem is iHawks one-shot them. So that's why. But yes, this iHawk's been there all game. He's up vetted as well. He's 2-vet. That was a victory for me, the viewer. I hope you enjoyed that. Please do let me know if you did. I, of course, do this for the attention. And really, yeah, GG to, what they called again? Trickle Up Economics, Vladimir Lemon. Like he's holding a copy of...
Yeah, he's holding a copy of the manifesto in there.
and yeah, so these guys, MythsG, 7 ranked games, all packed, lots of losses, 100 games total. This just comes up with my profile. It's really annoying. I've asked them to fix it for 2 years. They just don't see it as a priority. Woe is me. What? He's ranked 2. What a baddie, dude. He was playing the best division in the game as well. Rank 2. Lost to a guy with 3 rank games, 7 rank games. So there you go. Yeah, you sometimes it be like that. So woe is me is clearly somebody who's changed his name. And this is Eclipse, who has 5 rank games. So who knows about Vladimir Lemon? But yeah, MythsG really carrying hard there with his 7-pack games on KDA. So never say never. Just really quite poor strategy from the blue team. Woe is me didn't buy that CV at the start, and he's ranked 2, and that's why his team lost. So yeah, great to see another underdog game. There's been a few, but that was really really good. So yeah, that was good fun. That was good fun. A lot of fun with that. A lot of fun with that. MW1 got a lot of kills there. So sometimes for packed it works, you know? Sometimes it works. And honestly, he's ranked 2. I'll show you. Look, he's ranked 2. So just a baddie who just plays OP divs all day, I guess. Good game, well played.